YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI Barakatah YAHAWASHI Barakatah Yahawah Barakatah Yahawah Barakatah YAHAWASHI.
Can we just move in front of the house so the dogs don't go crazy?
Sure we can, yeah.
I need you to identify yourself and let me take imagery of your IDs.
I'm not going to share my credentials on the phone.
So you said you were with the FBI?
That's correct.
And why won't you show me your credentials?
We did. I showed you my
I didn't take a look at them. I said 1 second, I'll be right back. Are you going to show me your credentials or no?
Yeah, we did already. So, and we identified ourselves. So what we'd like to do...
I didn't look at your credentials. Again, I didn't verify them. I told you to wait, and I went inside.
Okay, that's correct. What we'd like to do is just have a conversation with you about some social media posts that you've made. Would you be willing to talk to us today about that?
No, I would not. I would like you to later talk on with my lawyer.
Okay.
Do you have identification
Do you have a card or something
cards?
from your attorney that we could reach out
No.
to?
No. I'll get back to you.
Okay, all right.
Do you mind just having your attorney contact the FBI office in Oklahoma City?
What's the number? What are the names of the agents?
I'll Google it for you.
So you're refusing to identify yourselves.
No, we've already identified them.
Again, I did not take a look.
Okay, so the phone number for the FBI in Oklahoma City is 405-290-7770.
Okay.
If you just call me with your name, then we'll be able to get your contact with us and we'll be happy to speak.
And tell him that Facebook flagged me for posts.
Facebook gave us a couple screenshots of your accounts.
Okay. So we no longer live in a free country and we can't say what we want?
No, we totally do. That's why we're not here to arrest you or anything like that.
Well, you can't arrest me for freedom of speech. We live in America.
Correct.
Exactly. So it's kind of weird that you want to come talk to me about me exercising my freedom of speech.
We do this every day, all day long, talk to people.
Okay.
Really, it's just an effort to keep everybody safe, make sure that nobody has any ill will or bad intent or anything like that. And we've got no reason to believe necessarily that that's you, and that's why we just wanted to have a conversation.
So do you have a conversation with everybody on the neighborhood?
Do you have information with anybody else in the neighborhood?
I mean, all I've done is exercise my right as an American citizen on a public social media platform with my personal opinions. Correct? Okay. Most of the individuals, right, in America, especially older generation, right, have Facebook. Are you questioning all the citizens in America?
We certainly would if we had any sort of concerns.
Okay, so you have concerns about my personal opinions?
If you don't want to talk to us, then you can...
I'm definitely not going to have a talk with you.
Well, thank you for your time this morning, and feel free to reach out to us.
Okay, they're so-called FBI. This is Rola Abdeljawad in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is America.
If I tell you I got a shock of my life, I got a shock of my life. Now I was literally floored this morning. Now I was dumbfounded. Did you know that black people were the first Irish. I didn't know. I went on X this morning, that is Twitter if you didn't know, and I saw that black people claimed that they were the first British, the first Irish, the first French, the first Europeans ever to set foot on European soil. I said, damn, I didn't know that. Then I saw another article. Africans say, listen here, we were the first Hebrews. We are the real Israelites. I said, what? I didn't know. But it's good to know. I didn't know that. And then I went further and I saw that black African people said, listen here, we were the first Japanese warriors ever. I said, what? What are you telling me? They said, yeah, we were the first Japanese warriors. I said, I didn't know. What's going on? Why have we been lied to?
What did the original Jews of London and Amsterdam actually look like? In a 1600s book entitled Travels in Holland, the Jews of Amsterdam are described in this manner. Their men are most black, full of hair, and insatiably given unto women. In a 1700s book by John Mackey, a man of London, England, named Daniel, Earl of Nottingham, who happened to be the Secretary of State, is described as a tall, thin, very black man, like a Spaniard or a Jew. In an 1800s book by Robert Knox, the London Jew is described as having lips very full, mouth projecting, chin small, and the whole physiognomy, when swarthy, as it often is, has an African look. James Shapiro, a professor at Columbia University, states in his book that when Minister Robert Kirk visited a London synagogue in 1690, all 200 Jewish worshippers at the synagogue were black men.
The banks have a social license to fulfill. The banks operate in banking, and they must provide legal tender. That's a fundamental to banking. If you're in banking, provide legal tender. And so what we're seeing is the banks trying to drive out cash, and they shut 2,000 branches in the last 6 years, and they've shut 700 ATMs in the last 12 months. What they're trying to do is drive out cash so that you have to use the bank digital transfers, which means you incur fees, which they're missing at the moment, and also they miss your data. They want your data to build profiles about you.
Sure.
Yes, I think there's an underlying premise to your question too, Greg, and that is that cash is dying. It's not dying. It has declined until the recent years, but we still have 30 million cash transactions for withdrawal of cash at the moment. A lot of people need cash. The Reserve Bank itself did a survey recently that said 1 in 4 older Australians can't handle the internet. They must have cash. We also have $100 billion in cash in the economy. And so cash is here to stay. And what we've seen is, I've been on a committee to inquire into the closure of bank branches in rural towns. And what we're seeing is a deliberate push. It is deliberate, Greg, to shut down bank branches and to shut down ATMs to drive people towards cash. So it's people, the decline in cash until recently, when there's been an uptick in cash, the decline has been driven by the banks for their own short-term and long-term money.
So you're saying this isn't entirely market-led by we, the customers. It's actually being driven by them. But that's irreversible, isn't it, this trend towards bank closures? Only last week in Western Australia, Bankwest converted itself as a subsidiary of the Commonwealth Bank of Australia into virtually a digital-only bank. And we've had people on this program, Malcolm, suggest to us that that is a bit of a test bed for where others will certainly follow.
I think the banks will try to do whatever they can to minimise their costs and to maximise their revenue. But we must remember that banking is an essential service. Banks should not be controlling it. At the moment, so what we need is banks that provide a service and fulfil their social license. They have an obligation to satisfy customers all over the country, and that's what we need. And if they can't do it, then let's have a People's Bank, like the Commonwealth Bank used to be.
Leo Hu recently tried to book a flight. He was told he was banned from flying because he's on the list of untrustworthy people. Leo is a journalist who was ordered by a court to apologize for a series of tweets he wrote and was then told his apology was insincere. I can't buy property. My child can't go to private school, he says. You feel you're being controlled by the list all the time. And the list is now getting longer, as every Chinese citizen is being assigned a social credit score, a fluctuating rating based on a range of behaviors. It's believed that community service and buying Chinese-made products can raise your score. Fraud, tax evasion, and smoking in non-smoking areas can drop it. China's growing network of surveillance cameras makes all of this possible.
It can recognize more than 4,000 vehicles.
Xu Li is the CEO of SenseTime, one of China's most successful artificial intelligence companies. It has created smart cameras for the government that can help catch criminals, but also track average citizens.
You can tell whether it is an adult, a child, a male or female.
Ken DeWaskin has studied China's economic and political culture for more than 3 decades. He says how the new scoring system truly works is kept secret and could be easily abused by the government.
How far into people's daily mundane activities does this go?
Well, I think that the government and the people running the plan would like it to go as deeply as possible to determine how to allocate benefits and also how to impact and shape their behavior.
The fear, of course, is that the government may use this social credit scoring system to punish people that it deems not sufficiently loyal to the Communist Party. And trying to clear your name or fight your score is nearly impossible because there is no due process. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Beijing.
Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI. Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI.